Hello, welcome back. This is Maurice Limba, and we are going to create access platform on top here and also access ladder for the erectors or the guys that will be fixing or fixing the canvas and also erecting this steel frame on top here. Now, as it is now, I have this in place, but there's no way you can access the anything up here. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a platform in the middle here so that you'll be able to, now once you've reached on top here, by the way, accessing top of this of the billboard should not be made such easy because of intruder and people who have bad intentions of destroying the information that this particular structure will be holding. So the access on top here should be made slightly not easy as such. So I'll place a small platform here and a ladder that should be slightly 2 meters off the zero level just to avoid unpermitted access. Now, because for you to access, you have to struggle, and that struggling will alert people that this might be unpermitted person. Now, from here, I'll just create some guiding points to help me create uh, a platform on top here. So I'll come to edit, then come to points here. So I want to locate a midpoint in here. So I'll snap at the far end here and come all the way and try and create a midpoint between the 2 points I've just picked. So I have a point here. So I'm going to create another point this far end here. So before you invoke you pick the first point, make sure you can access the other end. So I can see I can access that point and I can access this point. So I'll go ahead and snap that far end and go all the way and try snap on the other end, and you can see I'm not able to reach the other end. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just press escape and to give me an escape route out of that command. So until I now turn this into a position that I'll be able to see everything clearly well. Now, as it is now, I'll be able to snap both sides and get a middle point. Now I'll come to edit and come to midpoint right there and pick that point or that option of point creation, and we'll snap on that spot and snap on this spot here right there. So as it is now, I have my midpoints in place. Now our platform will be wide, will be 550 wide. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just select on that, then I'll divide 550 by 2, and that will be 225. So if I right click and come to special copy, and I'll be able to offset that on the other end by 225, on the x-axis by 225, and I'll go ahead and click on that, and I have that in place. So I'll select the midpoint here and right click and come to special copy here, just pick copy, and I want to copy it from that spot and place the same point there so that I'll be able to get the 2 points in place. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but instead of doing the same thing, I'm going to carry these 2 points from the middle here. So I'll come here and pick the 2 points from the middle here, then move all the way to the other end and place them here, right there. So I need an extension that way and an extension the other way. So I'll come here and right click and press Control and select on that, and I want to give it an offset of 500 or 250. So I'll come here and click and select, or I can just leave it as it is so that we don't waste a lot of materials. So let me just click on that. So I want to create a member here. I'll come here and create pick beam, and I want to snap all from that end all the way to this far end here, and I'll snap right there. So if you take a look, this is a default member, so I'm going to double click on it so that I'll be able to change this. If I click on that, I'll come to profiles. So I need L profile here. So I'll come to RSA, this angled profile, and I'm going to pick maybe 65 there. It should be strong enough because it will also be providing a support for these beams that are again holding the steel frame, that will be holding again the canvas, that will be carrying again the information for the advertiser. Now I'll pick this option, I'll pick this, then go ahead and click apply and give it an OK, and click OK there. So you can see I have this in place, but it's way off the position it should be. But that shouldn't be a worry. I'll come to position, I'll come that on that spot and snap on the other end and move this all the way to this far end here, and boom, there we are. I have this in place now. So if I double click on the far end, because I want the back end to sit right on top of this particular one so that I'll be able to bolt them accurately. So I'll double click on it. So once I've double clicked on it, I'll come to positions here. So under position, I have two options that I'll be able to reorient or place these members in the right position. So again, the three options have three options against each other. So, and I'll come at that here. So instead of middle, I'll give it behind and click OK. So slightly, it's not shifting to the exact location that I intended to be on. So I'll come back and click maybe front. I'll give it front and see where it is. And there we are, and it sits right on top of this particular beam. So I want this one to behave the same way. So I'll double click on it and come here and give it a front position right there. So there it is. So if you take a closer look, you can see some small extension here. And if you go this far end, you can see another extension here. This is because I have this start and end extension. So I can go ahead and delete all these and click apply, and we'll be able to see this adjust itself to exact measurements that we had defined before. Now, to confirm these measurements, I want to snap at the end here and the end there and confirm the measurement right there. So that at the moment is not that critical. So we have to bolt this member on top here and bolt that one there. So how do you do that? I'll come to edit, and I want first of all to pick the points, or to pick the guideline, the guiding points here. So I'll come to first option here, then I'll come here and snap on that spot. So once I've done so, I'll be able to create a point in here. So I want to offset it slightly so that I'll be able to get a space or bolting it from this side, from top to the bottom end here. So I'll just select this member, this point, right click and come to special copy and pick on linear. So I'll come to y axis and give a slight offset of maybe 20 millimeter and see if that will respond positively. So I just go ahead and click click OK. Now I'll come to edit, I'll come to view, and I want to rotate this so that if I press my bolt will not clash with any part of this particular member. So I want to carry the same point here instead of struggling to define the middle points by placing the points. So let me just pick it from that spot, then come here and click copy, and I want to copy it from that spot, and I'll go away all the way and pick the middle point here and place another one there. So there we are. And I'll do the same way, and I'll do the same thing at the end. I'll do the same thing here. I'll do the same thing here by coming here under edit and come all the way and pick the middle point here. Then I'll snap at the edge there and snap here. There we are. And I'll select on that, right click and come to special copy and pick linear. And I want to offset this inward by 20 millimeter. So we'll go ahead and prefix that 20 millimeter because you're going against the direction of y-axis. So I'll click OK or copy. So I have this point in place. So again, I'll select that point, right click and come to copy, and I'll copy it from that position right there and move all the way and try to copy it here. But I can see an obstruction. I'm not able to see it clearly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to navigate, then turn this into a position that you'll be able to see it clearly. So there we are, but not accurately positioned, Now I can see that now clearly. So I'll come here and select on that member. Let me click on empty screen. First of all, right click and come to copy. Then I'll pick it from this position right here. So once I've picked it right there, I'll come and paste it or place it right here. Perfect. So now if I place my bolt or I try to tighten or create a connection between this member and this member, I'll be using these 2 points to as guidelines to place the bolts. So I'll do the same to the rest, and the rest let's do on the next presentation, where I'll be able to show you how we can fix a platform here and also how we can bolt this member against these all beams and also creating the ladder. So let's meet then on the next presentation. And this is Maurice Dimba. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and let's meet then. Bye bye.